Imagine your boy CP with dope slangers. I'm talking before TVs with coat hangers. We sold bangers, show strangers who real flex. Just know the skill next. If you feel best, my skill set so real threat they coincide. With GRIOT free flow, we going live. We flowing vibe and spit straight.
Yo, what's good, y'all? No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. Y'all know why we here, man. Y'all know why we here. You know, I ain't blogging in a minute. My last blog was the Sue Surf album review. Dope album. Make sure I check it out. Whatever. You know, Math Hoffa and Kee Kee Hardbody. Man. Let me start this off by saying this. I've made posts about the issue, but I kept my opinion out of it. What I mean by that is I'm not picking a side. You understand? There's no need to pick sides, at least as of yet, because neither party has produced sufficient enough evidence to prove what they're saying. You understand? Like, that's just what it is. You know, I am not a belief person. Like, you know, I don't even follow religion because, you know, it's all belief based, like what you believe. No, I like to go off fact. You understand? That's just how I live life. You understand? Judge me if you want. But I don't, like, I try not to get too caught up in he say, she say, and you know, you can only go off the facts of what's being presented. You understand? So I'm not going to say Math did it. I'm not going to say he didn't do it. But also, I'm not going to say that Kee Kee is lying. You understand? Like, I need to see more. You understand? This is why I waited to blog. You understand? Because, you know, you got all these other niggas that's, you know, doing blogs and they want to get the views and stuff like that. I want sufficient proof of what's going on. Now, let me start off by saying this. In terms of Kee Kee Hardbody, right? We know her from just being around in terms of battle rap. Like, you know, she's on stage for a lot of battles. You've seen her probably in certain people's blogs. I know she was on Champion before. And for somebody like that who has the love that she does for battle rap, and then to just take mad time off, like I believe it's like a year and some change or whatever, to just cold turkey and not be coming to events or nothing like that, that would strike me as weird, because it's like, okay, you was messing with battle rap, where'd you go? You understand? That's just a question that, you know, strikes you. And I know one day, you know, through battle rap conversation I was having with somebody, her name had got brought up, and I was like, oh, I wonder what happened to her. And then when I went to Instagram to see, I'm like, oh, she, you know, she seemed like she been found, she been saved or something like that. So it's like, okay, she probably just chose a different path in life and is deciding to do something else, you know? And then this comes out, and it's like, oh, so this is why she fell back. You know, she said in her post specifically, no, in her video, she said that she's not, don't hit her up about coming to no battle events. Don't ask her why she don't come to events no more. So, you know, obviously, this is the reason. You feel what I'm saying? But, yo, I always don't know how to do this, like with the tying the string, making the string long, but whatever. So yeah, she was saying don't hit up about coming to no more battle events, blah blah blah. And she does a half-hour video explaining that she was raped. Now, here's the thing, man. You got a lot of people questioning how genuine this whole situation is, because She has her Cash App at the end of it. She says it's for lawyer fees. You know, I'm not going to judge the situation based on that. But what I will say is stuff like that is going to leave people open to interpretation. Like, some people are going to understand it. They're going to rock with the lawyer fees thing. Some people are going to feel like trying to get a come up. You understand? I don't feel like that's that big of a thing to hold on to when trying to judge a situation, because it's like, okay, what if this is what really happened? What if she really feels like the justice system failed her? What if she really went to the police, went to the hospital, tried to get everything done that she possibly could, and now her only outlook is to actually find a real lawyer that can help with the situation? You know, lawyers ain't cheap. You understand me? So, you know, this is something that could be a possibility. You know, I do feel like one thing we have to stop doing is stop trying to just dismiss when women throw rape allegations out there. You know, it's part of the reason that women don't want to come forward in the first place. You know, now, I'll say this. I do feel like rape is one of those things that over time, it becomes harder to prove. Like, especially if you don't have concrete evidence. You know, and she says she has like recordings of Math apologizing and stuff like that. Let me say this. With those kinds of recordings, if you go to a detective and you play them, if it's something that's like an admission, like, yeah, I did it and I'm sorry, you can be locked up for that. Like, by law, they have to go and get the person because this person has technically admitted to rape. Like, that's not something that's light. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's a recording that has, you know, something that's not an admission, and it just has something that's a little more vague and a little more, well, I apologize for what happened to you, blah, blah, blah. That's not an admission. So the cops are not going to lock nobody up over that. You understand? Again, I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm saying this is what will happen in, you know, that kind of situation. You know, so it's not, so far, nothing has been presented from her side to really back up what she's saying. Like, and I'm just, you know, again, not saying she's lying. But when you go public with something like this, right? Okay. It's one thing if you're pursuing it on a legal level, right? So when you're pursuing something like this on a legal level, a lot of times you're going to leave stuff, you're not going to take it to the internet. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to use your resources to try to, like, you can always go get a lawyer without, you know, the help of the internet. You understand? Without making it a public situation. Because what happens when you make a situation like this public is now people are going to question all kinds of stuff. You understand? They're going to question everything. They're going to do research. They're going to look at people's Instagrams for dates and try to match things up and see what's real and what isn't. They're going to see the Cash App. Whether you say it's for lawyer fees or whatever you say it's for, a person is still going to say, well, I don't believe that. You understand me? So, you know, it's going to be open to interpretation. So initially, right? Initially in her video, she didn't say who did it, right? She just put out a description of a person, just says that she's not going to no more battle events, blah, blah, blah. So at that point, it's a question of, okay, was it somebody in the culture that did it? Then she confirms it. Yes, it was somebody in the culture. She posted in her story, which I kind of thought was a response to what I tweeted and what I posted on Facebook. You know, I asked specifically, was it somebody in the culture that did it? And then right after I post that, in her story, she posts, yes, it was somebody in the culture. So it's like, oh, okay. Wow. Who is it? And a couple people put two and two together. Like the description that she gave, people already knew like it was math because of, she said the height, the weight, the person got kids of both genders. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So it was a couple people that was already saying that. And math just so happened to be live on YouTube after she got off. And she goes on Twitter and she pretty much, spells out his name. She says math did it. Y'all seen, how she did it. And y'all pretty much made him cut off his live. Like, he was live. People in the comments saying, math, check Twitter, check Twitter, check Twitter. Like, it was a whole bunch of people in there saying, check Twitter. He hung up the phone with D. Outta Henny, man. Somebody else called him, and they must have been telling him about what was going on because he was like, yo, what are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? And then he looked at the comments and he seen what it was, and then he cut his live short. You understand? So Matt start tweeting about the situation. Math, man. Math. And I watched Math live too. Like we was all in there watching that live. Math, it's so many areas to go into with this whole situation because, for one, and I'm saying from what I seen, as far as from what Math posted, etc. For one, as a public figure and somebody in your position, you can't do the victim shaming thing. You can't do the she's crazy, she needs help, blah. You can't do that. You understand? Because that's being like completely dismissive of the situation. And not only that, you're also not denying the allegations. Like, at no point did you say, yo, I did not rape her. You understand? That is the first thing. Like, when these situations happen, y'all have to understand how to approach them. First of all, if somebody is accusing you of doing something, the first thing is stating whether it's true or not. Did you do it or didn't you? And you don't have to attack her to do that. You don't have to say she's crazy, get her help. No. Nigga, did you do it? Yes or no? You understand? That's really the first thing that needs to come out. And if you're going to say no, the next thing to do is you got to prove it somehow. You understand? You got to prove it somehow. Like, being that it's a public thing on both ends, because this, let's keep it a buck. This whole thing could have been handled behind the scenes. Like, y'all both could have went and got lawyers and did y'all thing behind the scenes. This didn't have to be a show. Because once it's a show, then all bets are off. Everybody's going to have an opinion on it. That's just what it is. You understand? People are going to choose sides. I ain't going to lie, man. I seen a lot of people choosing sides today. I seen a lot of disgusting opinions and accusations and stuff like that being thrown out there to both sides. You understand? And stuff that I just overall was like, yo, what the hell? What is wrong with y'all? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to, number one, you don't have to attack either side. No. Number one, you don't even know what happened. You don't know what happened. So how do you just, like, pick a side? Like, it's not, no. Y'all dead wrong for that. I do feel like people was dead wrong for just jumping to conclusions and picking sides. Oh, she's lying. Oh, she's a battle rap groupie. She be all in the events and stuff like that. What does that have to do with anything? Oh, Math seemed like a good-hearted person. He wouldn't do that. How do you know? Even people jumping the gun saying he did do it. How do you know? The truth is you don't. You understand? Both parties have to bring something to the table to prove their side. Or else it's just a whole bunch of he said, she said. Now, Math's live. Oh, man. Hashtag smoothie. Because yo, I never seen somebody so, like emphasize the word smoothie so much in the video. Like, that was just crazy. Like, that just really became like the focal point of everything, like a smoothie. Like, but I should have did this vlog with a smoothie. Like, oh well. But I'm not gonna say there were holes in Math's story, but I felt like this. Math, if you were gonna get on live and explain your side, it should have been a lot more detailed than what it was, because there's a whole bunch of questions that weren't answered. Like, if you're gonna take the public route and speak on it, then you have to speak on it in a way that people can grasp the entire situation. Because we have no confirmation. It's like, were y'all a couple? Were y'all smashing? Were y'all not smashing and it was just a one night thing? Like, you know, were y'all just friends? You know, it's still a lot of gaps. Like, you know, you mentioned that, you know, you took her to meet your mother, y'all went and got a smoothie, she kissed you goodbye, you put her in the cab, she took a shower at your house, she took your clothes or whatever. Like, we need some kind of order of what happened. You know, if this is the last day that you've seen her, you know, then you have the part about stuff going wrong in the text messages and on the phone and everything. We need more details than that. Like, if you're doing it to have people come, like, take your side, then you have to give people more than that. Because we still don't have a full understanding. If anything, that live confused all of us. At this point, we don't know what to believe. Like, the way that this was handled, and I want to say, on both ends, it's a lot to be determined still. It's a lot to be determined. Like, Kee Kee, you have to put out those voice recordings, some text, something. You have to put out a little bit more to prove that this happened. Again, I'm not saying you're lying, but I'm also not going to just jump the gun and say he did it. On both of y'all ends, y'all have to put out more to support y'all side. Because there's still so many unanswered questions left. Math, this wasn't the time to be playing your music for an hour before you explain what's going on. This wasn't the time for it. You've been in this culture long enough. You know that when people tune in for something like that, they do not want to hear your music. You know, like, if you was a new nigga, then I'd understand, but you know, people are not tuning in to hear that. They want you to address what's going on. Like, you go live every night. A lot of times I'm watching, I'm in tune, I support. But this one night, you could have left that alone. Why? Because people want to know what's going on. You got to remember, you got the best show in battle rap right now. Your show gets more views than a lot of niggas' battles. You understand? So you have a huge platform. You have one of the biggest platforms in battle rap right now. So people want to know what's going on with you when an allegation like this gets thrown out. You understand? But the way it went tonight is just, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It's nothing concrete on either end. You understand what I'm saying? So, I feel like we still are left with a lot in the air. I'm going to say this, man. If either of y'all are going to speak on the situation from this point on, y'all need to come with something concrete. Y'all need to come with something that seals the deal. Y'all are going to need to come with that, or else it's just going to be something that is just going to continue to be left in the air. Again, I want to keep reiterating this through the blog because I don't want it to get it confused. I'm not picking a side. It's not enough on either side to support what either of y'all saying. So y'all both have to do better than what y'all came with. And that's just the truth. You understand? Like, I don't know y'all personally, as in, like, I've been around both of y'all. Both of y'all have pulled up the trap events. Both of y'all are active in the culture. But as we seen with this whole Tech 9 shit, you don't know who people are outside of a battle rap setting. You don't know what's going on in people's personal lives outside of these cameras, outside of events, outside of these battles. People can be whole different people. You understand? And this is another reason why I'm not jumping to pick a side, because I don't know neither one of y'all. I can't give a character reference to put one side over the other. I just can't do that. And I refuse to do that until I see something that's actually concrete. And that's what the rest of y'all need to do. Now, make no mistake about it. Rape is 100,000% wrong. We're not jacking that over here at all. And if it turns out that it happens to be true with concrete evidence, then I won't support Math no more. But at the same time, if Math proves his side and it turns out that she's lying, we got to pack her up. And as of right now, you can't really do much for either side because we don't know what happened. We have an accusation thrown out there, and we have a bad response to it. But because of that bad response, which was Mav's live, you got people jumping the gun saying he did it. I'm just even more confused because I still have a whole bunch of questions. So I don't know what to call it. But what I will say is this, man. At the end of the day, it's a pandemic going on. I hope both of them are staying healthy. I hope both of them can get what they want out of this situation. And this is another thing. Let me say this as well. I don't feel like Kee Kee made her intentions clear in terms of this whole accusation, like what she was trying to do. Like you have to have an end goal when you put stuff like this out there. You have to, what do you want, Kee Kee? Do you want money? Do you want him arrested? Do you just want people to know that it happened? Like, you have to put that out there. You have to make that clear of what your intentions are, because, all right, you can throw the allegation out there and, okay, it's going to move, it's going to do what it's going to do, but at the same time, what more do you want out of the situation? You understand? I think the next time that, y'all decide to go live and the next time y'all decide to speak on the situation, I think that y'all need to make a whole lot more things clear. You understand? Or if y'all feel like y'all can't do that on a public level, y'all just need to keep this behind the scenes and F us. F our opinions. F everything that we're saying. Get it handled in court. Because on a legal level, if Kee Kee is lying, this is slander. This is defamation of character. Math can technically sue over this because this is going to be a damage to his reputation. So you're going to have leagues that don't want to book him. You're going to have opportunities. You know, he was just doing the thing with Fox. So something like this comes along, that gets canceled. So you're going to really cost this man a lot of money if this isn't true. You understand? So it's a whole lot of different ways this could play out. For me, I'm not one to victim shame. Like, if a girl throws an accusation out there, then it is what it is. But at the same time, you have to do something to have something that's a little more concrete to prove it. Like whether it's some text messages or some phone call recordings or something. It got to be something a little more concrete, you know, to stand with this. So, you know, just like the rest of y'all, I'm going to be locked in, waiting to see what else happens. You know, man, it sucks that something like this has to be what we're locked in on for the week. You understand? Ultimate Madness just happened. It's a whole lot of dope battles that have been dropping throughout this pandemic, and now we're focused on something like this. And it's serious. You understand? It's serious, but at the same time, it's like bringing something like this to the forefront, we just don't have enough as spectators to really pick a side. Like, we're just left more confused than we already were. So it's like, what really can you do, man? You understand? So that's just my thoughts on that. You know, if y'all got any questions, let me know in the comments. You know, we can always discuss it. Don't be a bonehead. Don't be a bozo. And don't be judgmental in my comments, because I'm not with it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we can discuss this civilly without always, you know, jumping to insults and stuff, because people always like to get in their feelings, man. If you like to jump in your feelings over what's being discussed, do not comment on my shit. Do not watch. Unsubscribe from me and just block. You could block me or something. Like, I don't care. You understand what I'm saying? But if we're going to discuss this, let's really have a good, nice, and open dialogue about this situation, and not, you know, rush to be on no dumb shit. Like, this just ain't one of those situations that call for that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just my thoughts on that, man. Let me know what y'all think. No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. I'll holler at y'all soon. I'll be back with more vlogs this week. I gotta get me a new phone anyway, you know, but my Galaxy S20 is coming, so hopefully the camera's a little more crispier, and even than this one is, and, you know, I can hit y'all with some more good quality vlogs, man. But aside from that, I'm out of here. I'll holler at y'all. Bow.